So as that was quite difficult to deal with, to live with, blah, blah, blah. I started drinking on a regs. I was drinking every day. Then I started smoking weed. The drink was easy to get because it was the local shop that I got the drink from. A little bottle of vodka every day. Didn't go amiss because it's just there. Easy to get hold of. Anyway, it's only the weed came into my system because my brother-in-law, he was like, well, don't drink, like that's haram, like that's against your religion sort of thing, and it's not good for you as well. Here, smoke this instead. And it went from weed to heroin. Right now in my head it's going slow motion. It's like, well, we can't get no weed today, but check this out. He would call from jail and I would be sat with his brother and would be using, and it was only heroin up to this point, me and his brother, and and 8 out of 10 times my mum wouldn't even know that my brother-in-law's in the house because I would have had to sneak him into the house. And I'm telling mum, and I'm locked up in my room, and I'm telling mum downstairs, oh yeah, I'm on the phone to it's a call from jail. And even my mum used to, like, obviously, bless her, she doesn't know any different. So she's like, well, okay, so how is he calling so much? Like, do other people in jails not want to use the phone? Like, do you know what I mean? But bless her, because I took I took a lot of advantage of my mum not being there. And not only did I take advantage of that, I think a lot of my drug abuse happened because my brother-in-law could see, well, her mum's not all there. Does it really make a difference? You know? So, yeah, his brother became a very big part of my life. I would say his brother was a bigger part of my life than he ultimately was. I guess we're talking, and physically being there with each other. And then on top of that, his brother, bless him, he had a girlfriend who had cystic fibrosis, and then she passed away. We were there for each other a lot. And I'm not proud to say it. And then there's a small part of me that is proud to say it. Actually, no, I'm not proud to say it. He's been my main partner in crime. Yeah, it got worse. It got worse to the point where I had to do things. Because the brother-in-law, he wasn't always working. So I was the one bringing the drugs home. Like you bring the bacon home. I won't go into detail into what else I had to do to gain money. But I wasn't always just working. There were other things I had to do to make money. So I was carrying myself and my brother-in-law. He was the first one to introduce me to crack. Crack is the reason I ended up in jail, let's get it right. But if it wasn't crack, if it wasn't for crack, I would not have gone back. I would not have gone to prison, and I would not have detoxed, because I kind of believed that, like, up until I committed my first crime and felt that, oh fuck, I could get arrested for this and I could go down for this. It was like, do you know what? Bring on the next crime. I want to go to prison. But then it was like, my cat. Oh my God, who am I going to leave my cat with? Because that was my child, you know? And then I've got mum to worry about. No, I can't afford to go commit another crime. But then before you know it, there's more going out of the house than there is coming into the house. So now you're desperate. Like, now it's like, well, I need to commit a crime, or I don't know where the next bit of money is going to come from. Or do I go and do things I'm not proud of and make money? But even that's not easy. Like, let's get it out in the open. So I did escort work. And it's not easy to go and do stuff like that when you're withdrawing from drugs and you're sweating, you're not thinking straight, you're desperate, you're hot and cold, you're sniffly, your temperature's going up and down, you're feeling angry, you're feeling frustrated. So my partner had a job. My brother-in-law had been thrown out of his house, his parents. So it was basically me, my mum, and my partner. Even though my partner's license conditions were to reside at his parents' address, he was actually living. He was practically living with us, with his brother. Always there, always there. And it was like, I don't know if this is addict language or addict behavior or addict protocol. Is that the right word? So if I've got no gear, I'm rattling, and you're a user, it's automatically your problem. If I can't get any gear, or if I've got no money, it's automatically your problem. And I will shamelessly turn up at your house and be like, well, I'm rattling. Because you're coming to an addict's house. An addict's day starts with waking up. Heroin is smoked and injected, and when you smoke it, I started off by using it just in spliffs, which then turned to, I learned how to, and it was again him that taught me how to smoke it on the foil. So it's basically, you wake up, you look for the foil. If there's no foil, you drag your feet to the shop, you get your foil, you come back, you do your fix. And being your best friend, he knows what routine you're in. So he knows she's going to wake up rattling. I'm going to turn up there. She hasn't got a choice but to help me out as well. So that's what I mean when I say shameless. It was like, well, you could just go to substance misuse and get put on medication. But no, you'd rather come and knock on my door, and the miserable life that I'm living, you just want to add to that. Okay, well, come, let's all get high. So yeah, they were both working, but now it was like I said, there was more going out than there was coming in, because there was crack being used. And crack is, in my experience, is something very different to heroin. So whereas heroin takes you down, crack takes you up. And then when you've gone up, in my experience, not just my experience, but in general, if you go up, you must come down. And some people like to come down naturally. Some people smoke weed or drink to come down. Come down meaning when you smoke crack, you're all jittery and you're all shaky and your nose is running, and you feel like you're withdrawing, but you're actually not withdrawing, you're just buzzing, and you're just 100 miles per hour speed. So to slow that down, you smoke the heroin to bring you down, back to normal, back to civilization. Is that the right word? And then once you've had your first crack session, the fucked up thing is that the instrument that you use to smoke the crack, you then spend the rest of the day cleaning that out to get more crack out, but more potent crack, to then reuse that. And it's just a cycle. It just goes round and round and round. And before you know it, 15 years have gone by, and you're just looking for your next crack rock.